It's my first time on a plane and I landed in an airport which only takes arrivals. Everything after this was a bit of a blur. Unable to get the tail wing I'd just seen out of my head, I followed the passengers out of the aircraft with my backpack slung over my shoulder. I must have hallucinated it. There was no other rational explanation. I avoided the air hostess's gaze as we passed by her. She still had that plastic smile locked and loaded. "Hey," I said in a low voice to the couple. "Do you guys know what's going?" "Shh," the husband said. He was trembling slightly, holding his wife close to his side as we deboarded and walked across the dimly lit aero bridge. "Hunak al-Jinu Bainana." What? Shh. Well, I wish I'd taken Arabic in college when I had the chance. But I had bigger things to worry about because we definitely weren't in Honolulu. The airport was just as dimly lit as the bridge. It was extremely bare bones too, equipped with nothing but seats, signboards with directions and frosted glass doors. The marble flooring clearly hadn't been cleaned in years. The entire place had this rotten, flesh-like smell to it. I looked up at one of the boards, and my heart probably stopped a second time. There were two arrows, pointing in different directions, and both of them said, "Arrivals." Where were the departures? I looked to my right and saw the couple staring up at the board too, and they were arguing again. They weren't angry, however. It wasn't angry arguing. It was born out of fear. I turned behind me, toward the aero bridge we just exited, and my eyes fell upon a familiar face. It was the air hostess again. She was staring right at me with a smile. Panicking, I began speedwalking in the direction of one of the arrivals, pulling out my phone and tried to dial my girlfriend, but there was barely any service. As I walked, another haunting thought hit me like a freight train. Where the hell were the other passengers? I was walking so fast at this point that I didn't even realize I'd taken an entire loop. Soon enough, I was exactly where I started, parallel from the end of the aero bridge, from the air hostess. And she wasn't alone this time either. She was joined by a half a dozen other air hosts and hostesses. Not all of them were fitted in United uniforms, however. They all wore different uniforms from different airlines. A couple of them sported this floral type of uniform which I recognized. But from where? The Muslim couple were nowhere to be found. What do you want from me?" I called to them tentatively. "Hey mister, you dropped this," a familiar voice said, and I flicked my eyes downward, and I felt my chest tighten slightly. It was the little girl. She had the same plastic smile as the air hostess. Her eyes were as wide as saucers. The girl slowly lifted her arm, revealing my untouched welcome drink from before. I had no choice but to drink it, and as I did so, I realized why some of the floral uniforms struck me as familiar. The alphanumeric code on the tail wing clearly spelled out MH370. Those uniforms popped up everywhere when the mystery of the aircraft's whereabouts was broadcasted on the news. It wasn't exactly a mystery anymore, and I knew I wouldn't be seeing those blue skies anytime soon because when I finished the drink, tears oozing down my cheeks, shaking, and I opened my eyes, I finally found the others. Hunak al-Jinu Bainana, there are jinn among us.